A new rally-style look, updated electronics, and upgraded engine performance are part of the package for 2020. Suzuki unveiled its new V-Strom 1050 line at the 2019 Milan show with an aggressive new look and expanded capabilities meant to make it easier to range hither and yon over a variety of surfaces. In addition to the new rally-style look, updated electronics and upgraded engine performance are part of the package for MY 2020. The V-Strom 1050 serves as the platform for the top-shelf XT models, but even the stock base model comes packed with upgraded electronics and net new tech to make it attractive and competitive within the adventure bike market. For the V-Strom 1050, the factory reaches back in its own adventure bike history, all the way back to 1988 and the adventure-tastic DR750S of that year, and man, let me tell you, they really nailed the look. In silhouette you can barely tell them apart, from the short bird's beak front fairing and long front fender up front, to the camel hump fuel tank and kicked up tail end. The fly lines line up almost perfectly, but the stuff that fills in the space between the edges takes on a much more modern edge with arguably less of a glorified enduro look. Up top, a clear adjustable windscreen comes vented to reduce the wearisome head buffet effect, and stacked rectangular LED headlights to add to the rally-tastic vibe the V-Strom 1050 throws off. Behind the glass, a crossbar makes for a nice place to mount a GPS display/mobile device with an LCD multi-instrument display to handle everything else. The covers over the 5.3-gallon fuel tank extend forward to the radiator cowling and drive the point home further yet to complete the influence of the 88 model. It carries a strong wing toward the rear to flow into the narrow waist and leave plenty of legroom where tank, saddle, and frame all meet. A generous P-pad covers the subframe ahead of a mini luggage rack for some cargo/passenger options. Beefy JC handles join with fold-up foot pegs to complete the passenger's points of contact and act as an anchor point for bungees and such if you'd rather use the whole rear end to carry cargo. Under the rack is the usual tucked away out of harm's way LED taillight and short mudguard that multitasks as the plate holder, tag light, and turn signal mount. As for the finer details of the design, longtime fans will recognize the influence of both the DRZ Dakar Rally bike and the larger displacement DR Big throughout. 2020 Suzuki V-Strom 1050 chassis. A slender twin-spar aluminum frame on the V-Strom 1050 sets the stage and uses the engine as a stressed member to complete the structure and keep weight to a minimum. Toward that end, the factory managed to keep it down to 520 pounds curb weight. The perimeter frame is tuned for both on-road and off-road activity. A cast aluminum swingarm completes the structure with a link-style rear shock to tame it, and a remotely adjustable preload and rebound damping feature gives it some flexibility. Up front, a set of inverted 43mm KYB stems take care of business with the full trinity of adjustments for even more ride control and extra strength over the equivalent right way up forks. Cast aluminum 10-spoke wheels round out the rolling chassis and keep unsprung weight low, and they roll with Bridgestone's Batlax Adventure A41 hoops that are good on asphalt, softer surfaces like sand, and light terrain. Takiko supplies the 4-pot monoblock front calipers, while Nissan builds the single-piston rear caliper with 310mm discs ahead of a 260mm disc to wrap up the brake hardware, and Suzuki's own ABS stands overwatch helps you safely get the most out of the anchors. The saddle is up there at 33.7 inches off the ground, but that's the trade-off for the 6.5 inches of ground clearance that contributes to making the V-Strom a capable globetrotter.